Okay guys, today we're doing lesson 1-5, counting on a number line. So turn your books to page 14 and 15. Now remember to take notes over everything I have here and anything that you think might be important that I say. Now I want you to remember that each distance on a number line is the same, always. So for example, on this number line, the distance from 0 to 5 is the same from 5 to 10. In between it's 1, 2, 3, 4 points in between 0 and 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4 points in between 5 and 10. So the distance from here to here is the same. Now when we're counting on a number line, the very first thing that you need to look for is a pattern. Let's look at number 1 on page 14. It says, what whole numbers are missing? Now remember, on a number line, I told you to pay attention to the whole numbers that you're familiar with. So we know 40, we know 45, and we know 50. Now when I'm trying to find a pattern, I need to ask myself, how many did it take for me to get from 40 to 5? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes in between. So let's try to get from 40 to 45. 41, 42, 43, 44. So it looks like my pattern is counting by ones. So if my pattern is counting by ones, I'm going to continue that pattern all the way through my number line. So if this is 45, this will be 46, 47, 48, 49. So my missing numbers, I've already filled them in after I found the pattern. Now let's look at number 5. Look at the whole numbers that you're familiar with. We know 10, we know 30, we know 35, and we know 40. Now, we've got a bunch of missing numbers in between here and in here. We really can't find a pattern yet by just looking here. So let's look at the numbers that are consistent that we can find a pattern. Now from 30 to 35, it took me how many to get from 30 to 35? 5. From 35 to 40, it also takes 5. So it looks like my pattern is counting by 5s. So if that's the case, if this is 10, then my number right here, 5 less than 10, is 5. So if I count my 10s, 5, 10, then my number right here would have to be 15, 20, 25. And now I found my missing numbers. Now I want you to look at number 6, and I want you to copy that number line on your notebook paper. Now if you can't see it all clearly on this board, it's also in your book. Number 6 on page 14 or 15. Okay, copy the number line in your book, and I want you to find the missing numbers. Don't forget to look for a pattern. After you find your pattern, then I want you to find your missing numbers. If you've got any questions or concerns, write them at the bottom of your notebook paper, and we'll answer them first thing tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow.